So it's now week 29, day 2. Baby is the size of a butternut squash. He's getting big. Although it also depends on the size of the butternut squash, because I've seen butternut squashes that are like this big, and I've seen butternut squashes that are like this big, which is actually bigger than most babies. So that's an interesting concept. I don't really know how to take that. Anyway, today is a long day for me. I've got 3 dog walks I need to go to. I need to go to Jason's parents. I suppose I should technically be calling them the in-laws at this point, which I do sometimes refer to them as the in-laws to make it easier, but I definitely need to start referring to them as the in-laws considering we're now engaged. I need to go to the in-laws to print off some documents ready for my universal credit appointment tomorrow, which I'm still bricking, but I have definitely emotionally recovered from everything I was feeling yesterday. My God, I felt awful yesterday over all that. I was in such a panic and such a tizzy. In the evening yesterday, I spent some time video editing and finally got week 19.2 out. So I'm actually less than 10 weeks behind schedule now. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. As you can see, the phlegm is still a problem. But considering when I was editing week 19, or when I was recording week 19 ready for editing, I was actually saying how I was up to week 1. So I was actually 20 weeks or nearly 20 weeks behind schedule at that point, and I'm now only 10 weeks behind schedule. So I've done really well to catch up in that respect. Oh, I'm so desperate to catch you guys up. We are hopefully going to be caught up soon, because I'm still somehow managing 1 to 2 videos a week, or 2 to 3 videos a week. I'm currently averaging, depending on how busy I am, what I've got going on, because Christmas, even though it's November, at this point it's the 4th or 5th of November? 5th of November today. And that means that Christmas preparation has started for most places, including BSL Choir. BSL Choir I'm going to tomorrow, and this is the week that we actually start our Christmas songs in preparation for all our Christmas performances, because we only have like 2 practice sessions before our Christmas performances, so we don't have a lot of time to practice, hence why we do start them in early November, and we do all the spooky stuff, like the Halloween stuff, in October. So I need to get to my BSL Choir practices this week. I went on a tangent there. Last night, like I said, I did some video editing. I got my week 19.2 out, and I also started doing some prep for my voiceover studio, because I've been not putting it off. I've not been actively putting it off, but there's been several things that's caused me to delay getting it ready and set up, from just generally being busy, worrying about baby, appointments. Work has been a big one, but my work is really slowing down now. My work is really slowing down to the point where in November, I'm currently predicted to earn 500 quid. That's it. Luckily, my universal credit should start before then, but I still don't know how much I'm getting or how much I'm entitled to, etc., etc. So that's a very scary thought. That's a very, very nerve-wracking and scary thought. I can only hope that they do actually give me money, so to speak, or give me enough just to get me by on my bills and my mortgage. Luckily, Jason does earn enough to actually cover the mortgage and the house bills on his own, but it would leave us very sparse. And I really hate having to rely on him that heavily, hence why we really need the universal credit to come in. Anyway, I'm not going to go on that tangent. I've recovered from that. I am not going back into that phase. But today I've got a busy day. I've got 3 dog walks. I've got to go see Jason's parents, and then I've got to get home and prep everything for the universal credit appointment tomorrow. And then tomorrow I've got a semi-easy day. I say semi-easy day because I've obviously got the universal credit appointment in the morning, which I'm not looking forward to. And then I've got BSL Choir in the afternoon, and that is it. So I am pardon me, lots of burping in the 3rd trimester. So much burping and acid reflux in the 3rd trimester. I am really, really hoping to actually get some video editing done tomorrow, and possibly even some stretching or some exercises, because the stretching has definitely been helping with the stiffness. But my God, the groin pain recently, like going on to pregnancy and the whole pregnancy thing, the amount of groin pain I've been getting these last few days is ridiculous. It's like, I have days where I struggle to get into and out of bed purely from the amount of pain in my groin. And it's not, the only way I can describe it, it's not pain. It's like something is pulling and stretching on my muscles to their limit. Obviously then when I try and move them, they're already at their limit, so they're then like, no, I can't go further. So it gives like this electric shock, which I don't think is lightning crotch. It feels different to the lightning crotch I had during the second trimester, but it is painful. It makes it very difficult to move. I really struggle with lunges or anything bringing my legs up. It's also causing quite a lot of tension in my stomach muscles, because obviously my stomach muscles are now stretched towards the end of their limit, and they still have a way to go considering there's still 3 more months of baby growing. Hi, bub. Sorry, he's just kicked me near the ribs. Thankful, I've been very lucky so far. He's not kicked me in the ribs, he's just kicked towards the ribs. I'm just grateful that he's actually kicking at all at this point, and I think it's close to 9 o'clock. Is it close to 9 o'clock? It is, it's bang on 9 o'clock. He's right on time. I actually realised I've not given you guys a bump update in quite a while. It's been far too long since I've given you guys a bump update, so we'll do that now. Also partially for myself, so I can see again how I'm progressing, but also, yeah, I really like my bump updates because they're nice to look back on and see how he's growing. So this is, oh, you're too low. You can't see me. You can't see me. So I don't know how well you can actually see, but this is where we're up to as far as bumps concerned. And to be fair, I've got my leggings on at the moment, so he's probably a bit smaller than what he actually is because it's pushing him up, which to be fair, I have found the leggings have helped a lot because they have helped support him. They've been a bit like my own pregnancy band, because they have been helping support my stomach and keep him up and in place so that he's not hanging and drooping down. If I just pick up my t-shirt quickly and oh, there we go. So this is full extension of relaxation. Make sure my hips are tucked in. Yes, they are. But got to support your back. Support your back at all times because your back is one of the first things that goes. But this is him at full extension. This is how big he is right now. And then, like I said, with this on, these are extra large leggings that just took him away nicely. So that's where we're up to as far as baby is concerned and bump is concerned. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because I do enough rambling in these videos. I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to go to work. And depending on what I get up to tonight, or depending on how much time I have spare tonight, I will either do some exercise and do some stretching tonight, or I will just focus on getting everything done. If I get all my UC credit stuff done in time, I should hopefully have time to actually get everything to do some exercise. If not, I'm just going to have a video editing night and get the next video out for you guys. So I will hopefully see you later. I've already lost track. It's week 29, I know that much. So it's now week 29, day 3. I've not long got back home from my universal credit appointment, and that was the most nerve-wracking thing I have gone through in a long time. There's nothing more scary for me, not right now, than the fear that I won't be able to provide for my child when I go on maternity leave, and that I won't have any income and I won't be able to pay my bills, or I won't be able to pay my share of the mortgage and stuff. It's been a really big fear for me for several months now. And while I've been able to actually put plans in place and put ideas in place and everything else, it was all down to whether or not the government would allow me to apply for universal credit. Today was the day I had to go in to prove that I am self-employed, that I have a steady income, and that I have plans to actually continue that income after maternity. And my God, was I relieved when I finally got there. I was so scared, I was so nervous, I was practically trembling because the decision as to whether or not I could even be able to feed myself and pay my bills and pay off my car, pay for my car and everything else was all going to be decided at this interview. And that scared me. It scared me a lot. It scared me a hell of a lot. I've never had to have universal credit. I've never had to be on benefits before because my income's been so low, or I've not had any income whatsoever, or I've not had a job. And this has been one of the biggest fears of pregnancy and maternity for me, is not having income, not being able to pay my bills. And there's only ever been one other time that I've had to apply for universal credit. Didn't end up getting it because I found a job within 2 weeks of applying for it. But there was only one other time I actually had to apply for universal credit, and when I did and I went in, I was treated like a nobody. I was treated like a prisoner. I was treated like a piece of shit. I was treated like I was nothing more than a bit of dog shit on someone's shoe. And it felt awful, and it put such a bad image of universal credit and the job centre in my brain because I hadn't done anything wrong. I just lost my job. I'd just been made redundant and I had no income, and even though I was applying for jobs, nothing was happening and I wasn't getting interviews. And I was trying my goddamn hardest and I was scared and I was treated like that. And I am talking 10 plus years ago. I'm talking a long, long time ago when I was treated like this, but that memory has never left. And so going in there today, I was terrified, genuinely terrified that they were going to do everything in their power to try and prevent me from claiming this universal credit, or to try and force me to try and find full-time income, or I had all sorts going through my head based on that experience from 10 years ago. And amazingly, I went in, I sat down, and it was dead. Like, most people hadn't even started work. And then I met the person who's going to be looking after my credit claim, and he was really lovely. He was dead sweet. He didn't even ask me to prove my self-employment or to prove my income or nothing. I didn't need to prove anything. I just needed to prove my ID. And he did ask for my MatB1 form, but unfortunately that has currently been sent off to maternity allowance and I'm currently waiting to get that back. As of yet, it has still not been returned. I only got the message yesterday to confirm that they've actually received my maternity allowance claim, so I'm actually just waiting on that a little bit longer. Hopefully it'll be back by the end of next week so I can actually upload it and then continue with my universal credit claim. If not, I'm going to have to contact my midwife and potentially ask for a second one. But he gave me a lot of reassurance. He answered all my questions, he answered all my fears and worries, and he reassured me that because I'm within 12 weeks of giving birth, or 12 weeks of my due date, I'm automatically exempt from job seeking, which was such a huge relief off my shoulders, because that was my biggest fear, was they were going to force me to attend interviews and all sorts when I'm about to drop, or I'm going to be dropping in the next 2 months or so. He put all those fears and worries at ease. 2 months, 3 months. I'm going off on a tangent. My brain hasn't quite recovered from everything. It's been on such overdrive for the last 3 days. He gave me reassurance that I don't need to prove anything because I'm within 12 weeks of giving birth. I don't need to do job seeking because I'm within 12 weeks of giving birth. All I need to do is every month is update to say what my income has been for that month. So whatever it's going to be this month, or whatever it's going to be by this month, update it. Whatever it's going to be next month, update it, and then that'll help calculate my credit for that month, which was a huge relief. It's a huge relief. He also said that that will be applicable for the entirety of my maternity allowance, so up until this time next year. So I've got until November next year for that to keep applying and keep being in place, which is such a relief. Or I think it's either a year from now or a year from when baby's born. I can't remember. But I have a year to basically not worry about having income, and I can just say I've had 0 income because I'm on maternity leave, which is such a relief, such a huge relief to know that I don't have to do anything further. I don't have to prove anything, and I'm going to get some kind of financial help. He also told me that once baby turns 1 year old, I will have a 2-year grace period to try and rebuild my self-employment income before I'm expected to start searching for a full-time job, which again was such a huge freaking relief because I know I'm capable of it. I can easily restart my Fiverr gigs and I can start applying for voiceover work by the time Minion's 1 year old. And they also said that I can get help towards childcare to allow me to actually continue with my self-employment and to allow me to get back into work and have time to record and everything else, which again was such an unbelievably massive relief. Because as I've said in past videos, not being able to afford childcare was one of our biggest challenges of me going back to work or going back into my dog walking and my self-employment. So knowing that that is an option to get help towards that until I can get myself into a sustainable level was a weight off my shoulders I didn't realise I was even carrying. And the fact that I've got a 2-year grace period to build up my voiceover career and to get into my BSL and potentially get a BSL job when I reach level 3, again was such a huge weight off my shoulders, such a massive freaking weight off my shoulders. I was so grateful, so freaking grateful. And it's taken off so much stress knowing that everything's going to be okay and I am entitled to universal credit and I am going to be able to afford my bills, as a minimum afford my bills, and hopefully help Jason slightly towards the bills as well. Possibly even be able to save up for my BSL level 3 course for when I complete my BSL level 2. And it's just, I can't describe how freaking relieving it is knowing that everything's going to be okay financially. Anyway, I'm rambling and I really need to finish my breakfast because I only managed to finish half of it this morning before I had to go to an appointment. I'm just going to take the rest of the day to video edit and de-stress. I might do a few stretches later, I don't know, but at the moment I just need to recover from the panic the sheer panic I've been feeling for the last week, or for the last 4 days, or for the last 3 days at least, since I got the notification about having this appointment. I just need to calm down from it and just take some time to de-stress. It's still pretty early. The appointment finished a lot faster than I anticipated. I got told to give up to an hour, and I got told I could be waiting for up to an hour, so it was up to a 2-hour appointment, and it ended up finishing within like 30 minutes. It was great. As I've got the rest of the day off because of that, I'm going to de-stress. I'm going to get my brain back in order, mainly do video editing just to give me a chance to catch up and get a bit done. But I am so much more relieved now. So much more relieved. So it's now the evening of Thursday, and I had another bit of a panic / meltdown earlier today when I realised, I think I mentioned it earlier, that as part of the universal credit application thing, I needed to provide my MatB1 form, which is basically my certificate of proof of pregnancy, and I had to send it off with my maternity allowance in order to claim my maternity allowance, so I didn't have it. After some research, I found out that I ain't getting it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Once you send it off from your maternity allowance, it is gone. And no one told me that I should actually keep a hold of the original copy, the original certificate, and I should send a copy off to the maternity allowance, because I'm pretty sure the maternity allowance said I needed to send off the actual documentation. I suddenly had a meltdown because Universal Credit want that document, and potentially so will Jason's work, because he might need it in order to start or claim his parental leave. So that became a very instant, oh, what are we going to do here? Because I need that universal credit, and I need to have this document back by the 20th to send to them. And now I'm getting told that I'm not getting it back. So I went into full-on panic, sheer utter panic, did a load of research and found out I can actually get a copy from my midwife or my doctor. I was a bit confused by the midwife or the doctor point, because you've got multiple different types of doctors. I needed to ring my GP anyway, because I needed to book in for the RSV vaccine, because I've still not been offered it on the NHS. So I'm having to go around the houses and get it myself. Anyway, I tried to ring my midwife. She didn't answer. Tried again, still didn't answer. So I left a voicemail on her phone, and I also sent her a text message, just again with a quick breakdown, just explaining the situation and just saying I need a copy of the MatB1 form. Is there any chance I can get a second copy for this reason? Didn't get a response, which again made me panic and worry a little bit, because what am I going to do if I go into labour or if there's a complication and I can't get in touch with her? Well, yeah, I ring triage, but this was not a situation where I could contact triage. Triage can't give me a MatB1 form copy. So then I ring my GP and I make an appointment for my RSV vaccine. I'm getting my RSV vaccine this Monday, and I asked them there and then, it's like, according to the NHS website, a GP is able to give me a copy of a MatB1 form. Is this possible? And the reception checked for me and she said, no, unfortunately, it's only your midwife or your obstetrician that can give out the MatB1 form. I've just seen my obstetrician literally last week, or no, Monday just gone, I saw my obstetrician. I wish I knew that information then, because then I could have got it. But no, it's past then, and I'm not sick. Pardon me, sorry, third trimester symptoms playing up there. But yeah, I've seen my obstetrician, and it's too late. I'm not seeing them now till after my growth scan, which will be too late. And I double checked my midwife appointment, and my next midwife appointment isn't until the 20th of November, and I need to get this MatB1 form in by the 19th of November. So I am bricking it. I'm thinking my universal credit's going to get cancelled. All the plans are going through the floor. Like this is what I was waiting for. This is the negative thing I was waiting for, that something was going to go wrong, because my plans always go wrong, or the things I put in plan or things I put in place always go wrong in some way, shape or form, or get derailed in some way. So I was panicking. I was full on panicking. I texted some of my friends just saying like, can I just check with you guys when you were pregnant? And I did you get your MatB1 forms back? And I got told no. One of my friends said she didn't even need to send it off. I'm like, how did you not need to send it off? It literally states that you have to send your MatB1 form off with this thing. And then I realised that she's employed, I'm self-employed. Two different things. She's getting maternity pay, I need to get maternity allowance, different scenario, etc, etc. After a lot of panic and a lot of craziness, I got a few other bits done. I tried to do some video editing to calm my brain down. I also contacted the cattery to try and get my cat booked in for Christmas for when we go down to see Jason's family. I got a couple of other bits done just to try and ease my brain, and it wasn't easing my brain. I was still panicking, I was still running around, I was still going at 1,000 miles an hour. And then about 2 hours after I contacted her, thank God, my midwife contacted me back. And my God, was I grateful. I was panicking so much, and she finally contacted me back. I was like, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much, just for contacting me, just for replying. Thank you so much. She said, yep, not a problem, most people actually end up needing a copy either for their partner's parental leave or for some other reason. So not a problem. I can get a copy for you. Just make sure you keep hold of this one, and if anyone wants it, either send them a photo or take a photocopy. Do not send off this one. So the maternity allowance did need your original. You need to keep hold of this one just in case anyone else asks for it. So I'm like, right, fine, no problem. Thank you ever so much. Can you, like, do you know when it'll be ready? And she's like, I'm actually at the office now. I've just had some appointments, so I can get it done for you now, and it'll be in reception ready for you to collect before 4 o'clock today. I was like, oh my freaking God, thank you so much. The relief, the pure relief that came over me when I got that message. Oh my God. I cannot put into words how much of a state of panic I was in. I didn't even think about picking up the camera and recording what was going on because I was just a mess. I was just in a full-on flurry of, I need to get something done. I need to get this done and organised, and I need to make sure I'm prepared, and I need to do everything possible in my power to get this done. And I did. I turns out I actually work really well under stress and pressure. The problem is it takes stress and pressure for me to get that well. I don't like that. I don't like being under that kind of stress and pressure, especially not when pregnant. Thanks to my midwife, I was able to go pick up the form, brought it home, took a photo, uploaded the photo to Universal Credit, and everything has gone through fine. I am a lot more relieved. I am a hell of a lot more relieved. I am so much more chill now. Oh my... Oh, pardon me. Again, sorry, 3rd trimester symptoms. Not fun. I thought the heartburn was bad in 2nd trimester. Every burp causes acid reflux. Every hiccup causes acid reflux. Acid reflux is just generally happening anytime I'm hungry or I have a buildup of acid in my stomach. It's constant. It's constant. My vocal cords from, I think I've mentioned it at some point already, but from the sickness bug last week and then the just constant acid reflux, my vocal cords are fried. Literally so sore. Cannot hold a note. Like, I tried singing, I cannot hold a note right now. I cannot do anything right now. I can't do certain pitches or voices that I was able to do just weeks ago. My vocal cords are gone. They need a rest. And I'm not giving them a rest at the minute. Anyway, as I was saying, panic averted. And my God, did I need a minute to calm down from that panic attack. I say panic attack. Panic attack is a severe overstatement of what actually happened, because I didn't actually have a panic attack, but I was probably on the verge of one. I was potentially on the verge of one. I was full on rushing around going crazy. It's weird when you become pregnant and you're going to become a mum, and the realization that you're not going to have any income terrifies you. It's terrifying. It's just literally terrifying. And when you're having to rely on someone else to get that income, or rely on the government to give you money to pay your bills, it's a scary feeling. It's a very scary feeling, especially for someone who has never had to rely on benefits or the government or anything. It's just, the whole thing is just terrifying right now. Anyway, it's done. It's sorted. It is complete. It is finished, and we are all good to go. I'm going to start getting my Universal Credit payments on the 26th of this month, which is... which is really going to help when you consider that I'm not actually getting my full income this month due to losing a couple more dogs, and a couple more dogs reducing their walks due to starting with their new dog walkers. Pardon me. Ugh. Again, the acid reflux is just constant. It's just constant. You get used to it. Ugh, doesn't stop it from burning or making your throat feel like it's on fire or wanting to cry every time it happens for more than 3 minutes at a time. But you get used to it. I'm done panicking. I've got some other bits done. I got a video edited for today. I got week 20.1 edited today, which means I'm now less than 10 weeks behind. Less than 10 weeks behind now. We're there. Nearly there. We're so close. So close to catching up. I've swept the floors, or brush the floors, which I was meant to brush and mop the floors today, and the fact that I brushed the floors alone is a miracle. I spent time with my girls, and I'm now getting ready to go out to BSL choir. I'm just going to try and get something to snack on before I go, because I've not long had dinner, and dinner took a long time to eat because, again, of the acid reflux. Every bite, every swallow was causing a bit to come back up. It was horrible. But regardless of that, BSL choir is going to be nice and easy tonight. We're getting ready for Christmas. We're getting ready for our Christmas performances, so it's going to be all Christmassy songs, which I'm really looking forward to, and it's just going to be nice just to chill out, because I think right now that's what I need more than anything. I need a distraction, I need to chill out, and BSL choir is going to be that today.